Okay, now I'm starting on my reloading bench. First thing I did was I got two 2x4s and I made a line here, a line here, and then I made a mark across, and then I marked which side I wanted to cut out on each one so I wouldn't mess that up. Cut them out with circular saw, and I left a little more wood there than I needed so I could trim them up with a wood chisel and get them right. Next, I drilled a hole right down through the center here, made sure everything was square when I did, and put a carriage bolt countersunk in it, where I can bolt them together. Up here on the end with the 4x4, I actually had enough room to put 2 bolts. That should lock things down tight. Now for the legs. Now at the top of each leg, I used the 2x4 to measure down and make a mark across there, and then I stood one on end and made a mark down, and this part here is the part I'm going to cut out. That way, when I put it together, I'll have a nice solid thing here, and I can run a bolt through here to secure it. Now in the front, I wanted to use 4x4 legs, so I got my 2 legs, used a 4x4 and made a mark on 2 sides of the legs. Now I'm going to get my saw and set the depth so I can cut partially down into this to give me a lip to go under. I'm using this to set the depth, how deep I want to cut the grooves. What I'm left with is this, and then I'll lay these right there. I'll have firm support on both sides of the leg. One bolt through here should hold it together, or maybe 2. I can run a bolt through this way and possibly through that way too if I decide to. So here's what the joint looks like. I have the bolt here that goes through from top to bottom. I have a bolt here that goes through that way, and here's a bolt that goes through this way. So that thing is as secure as it can get. I have the frame already. Now all I have to do is put the plywood on the top. It's all done. The slot in there is from the plywood's previous life as a table saw with a circular saw bolted underneath it. So I'll fill that in and finish painting it up, and I'll be ready to roll.